So there are different ways of inoculating media. The first one what we use is to use cotton swabs, where you can either swipe wet surfaces or dry surfaces. For the cotton swabs, you always you open the end where not the cotton swab is to keep it sterile. Open it up, take it aseptically, cleanly out of the bag. If you have a wet surface, you can just inoculate your media, your cotton swab, on a wet surface, which is my nose. And then you can just inoculate your media. Dispose in the biohazard. If you have a dry environment, it's best to pre-wet your cotton swab with sterile PBS. And you can, for example, swab the bench or the skin. And again, take the sample and inoculate your medium. A different way of inoculating it is using a loop. These are sterile loops. Again, you open it carefully. Don't contaminate the inside. Take one loop out and close it back up. If you have liquid medium, you dip the loop in the medium and then inoculate your plate. Another way of inoculating media is by using hockey sticks. That's usually used when you use dilutions. So to inoculate, to use a hockey stick, you put 100 microliters on the plate. It can be media. Put the organisms, cell solutions in the middle, and use a sterile hockey stick to distribute the media and the cells. One last method to show you how to inoculate agar, sterile agar, is to use a needle. So needle is very similar to the loop, except it's very pointy. And if you want to inoculate it, you can take a little bit of a sample and in this case, you open it carefully and just stab the needle into the medium. Try not to touch the walls. These are different ways of inoculating the different media. So there's one last method on how to inoculate the media, and this is specifically for the antibiogram. You take a sterile cotton swab, you dip it into your culture, and then you completely inoculate the agar so that you get a lawn of bacteria. So you swab all the way down, turn it, swab all the way down, turn it one more time. So you want to get a whole lawn of bacteria. Okay, so now we can see the results, what happens when we inoculate the media with different ways. This is just using the cotton swab from a wet surface. This is the cotton swab where we swabbed all over the place for the antibiogram, and you can see it's a real lawn. These are the ones where we use the hockey stick. This is a PDA plate. And you can see the even distribution of it, and you can see the different organisms growing on here. And then this is another dilution plate where we use the hockey stick. You see the even distribution. And in this case is where we use the stab, where we use the needle, and you can just see a clear stab line as well.